Alright, so you may have noticed on Thursday I changed my mind again and decided to do my 1-year perfection challenge pure community center route while I'm also doing this challenge. So every Thursday or Friday I'll upload that video, and then every Monday and Wednesday, or Sunday, Tuesday, I don't know, every other day. The first 2 days will be this series, and the other day will be the other series. And then when I finish this one, I will do expanded. So let me know what you think about that. I think it seems okay. And if not, I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll just add another video for the week. So yeah, let's get on with it. I'm not super sure what I'm up to right now. I think I'm just riding a horse. And, I don't know, doing nothing. We don't have that busy of an ep. We're mostly doing gift stuff, and we'll do a lot of like little chores, you know. We gotta finish a couple more rooms, get the quarry unlocked, and I think that's kind of the extent of it. Most of my days now are like sorting through my chests, trying to find where I put gifts for each individual person. It's not very intuitive the way I have it organized. And it's dumb, to say the least. I'm not doing a good job, but it's alright. We're gonna give people stuff. We're not like, it doesn't need to be perfect. Not everybody needs a gift every day or every week. We still have a year. This is now like, this playthrough is now my like mega relaxed playthrough. Because perfection in 2 years versus perfection in 1 year is like night and day. Like I can just kind of wing it on this one, and I generally will be fine. So I'm pretty happy about that. It'll be nice. I don't know, like, I was thinking about which file I was going to keep. And I think realistically, because I want to just keep one farm, right? To make it like my main farm that I make look nice. And I think it'll be the other one, just because like I really like efficiency. And that farm will be very efficient. And I'll be kind of like, I'll be happy with that. Whereas this one is not really that. So I don't want to continue on its like legacy so much. But I don't know. We'll see. It doesn't really matter. It's just a farm that I will keep to eventually decorate. I'm also knocking out just random quests as we go. I figure I might as well do it now while I'm kind of paying a visit to everybody in the city. I really do like the dwarf. I think he's one of my favorite characters. He's kind of like, I don't know what his deal is. I know his people are like at war with Krobus's shadow people, but I don't know like much more than that. Because there's only 2 dwarves in this game that I know about, I think. Because you have like Mines Dwarf and you have Volcano Dwarf. And I don't know if they're from like the same group or not, or if they're completely unrelated. They're on different islands. And I'm not sure how like other like beings traverse islands. Like obviously we have a boat, you know, that we use to go to Ginger Island. But do the dwarves have boating? Or do the shadow people have boats? I don't know. I don't think, I mean, it doesn't matter. That's the long and short of it. Oh yeah, I gotta chop a lot of trees too. I have the Robin's Resource Rush quest on this one, as well as the other run, the other challenge run I'm doing. So there's been a lot of watching me chop trees lately, which I'm not like Oh, there's a yawn. I'm not super opposed to it, you know. Oh yeah, obviously my dental work is done and I can talk again. It was just like a couple days of like numbness, which made it kind of hard to do anything. Like he told me to drink caffeine, which would make the lidocaine wear off faster. So I tried to do that, and I drank like a really ice cold Diet Coke. And ice cold stuff feels pretty bad after they like drill into your mouth, you know, so. And then you can't feel it, so it's like dribbling down my face. It's an absolute disaster. I really beefed it with that decision. So yeah, no, I'm good today. I'm happy to be back in normal. Maybe I'll stream tonight. It's Thursday when I'm recording this. I don't know, I gotta figure that out. 'Cause I'm going out to dinner tonight. Maybe when I get home, if I don't get home super late, I'll jump on. Who knows? Oh, we got our big house. What I normally like to do once we get our big house is I just like make the whole thing into a crystallarium storage unit. And so that's what I'm doing now. I'm just going to use like the bedroom as crystallariums. And once I do the next upgrade, I'll do more crystallariums. I don't decorate, I just use the regular bed. I don't really care. I don't spend any time inside of my house. I do kind of like, there's a bed, I think it's called the modern bed. That kind of fits my my real life aesthetic choices. Cause I really like a super low to the ground angular furniture. Or like, I don't know if this is true where you're at, but where I live, every new house is like a little blocky, you know, dark wood and black metal building. And I like that look. It's kind of overdone, but yeah, I don't know. I like that in my furniture in my house. Not that I live in a house that's 120 years old. And it's not modern in any sense of the word. We did the, yeah, I don't know what it is about this series that makes me yawn so aggressively. But it really gets me. We went to the fair. We brought a bunch of just kind of random stuff we had. Like the mutant carp. I don't know if the mutant carp was good, but obviously it was because I won first place, so yeah. And then we gambled it because, I don't know, if you bet on green, it's a 75% chance of winning for whatever reason. So that's what I usually do. I still lose. I mean, it feels like a lot, but I'm sure it's like 25% of the time, so. We did that for a while so we could afford the rare crow and just some other junk. You can always buy, I guess you can just buy the tokens too, but I don't know if I have any money, so it's just easier to bet. And like sometimes you can buy coffee and hay and stuff here, but I mostly just want the rare crow and the star drop. And that's like, I think that's the last major festival in the fall. Oh, I got the hiccups. I get like yawns, hiccups, and voice cracking. Like as soon as I record stuff, I don't normally have that issue. But as soon as I hit record, I get it all at once. But yeah, I don't think there's any other festivals in fall. Because the midnight or the jellies or moonlight jellies are summer. I know there's like a fishing thing. That's probably in the winter because it's ice fishing. Well, I don't know. Maybe there is, but I can't think of it. And I'm not going to look it up. I don't really feel like it. That's not true. As soon as I said that, I decided I do want to look it up. I guess I'll just type in fall. I have the Stardew wiki open on like every device I own. Oh yeah, that's the Spirit's Eve. I forgot about that. And I'll have to go to Spirit's Eve this year. Or I guess I don't have to do it this year, I can do it next year. But that's just for the Scarecrow again. And then I guess a free golden pumpkin, which you don't need, but I think it's worth like 5,000, maybe 2,500. So in like a normal playthrough, it would be worth it. We got a little bit of fishing to do. We got a little bit of just little errands, you know? It's funny how like, I don't know. I mean, playing Stardew, like for me at least, makes time go by so fast. But it's the editing of the videos that takes ages. Not that I'm doing like some hot cool tricks. I'm mostly just like fading to black once in a while. But it's like trying to decide like what is boring to watch. Because the things that I think are boring to watch, like I think Skull Caverns, I know I've talked about this a million times. Like people like watching Skull Caverns, but I think it's like the most boring thing in the world to watch. And I don't know if that's because like I've become pretty jaded when it comes to like finding like a good chest. Like it's not that exciting to me anymore. It's just like, I don't know, I don't like play the game looking for excitement. Which is a weird kind of phenomenon, I guess. Like I don't know if I play any games for like the thrill, you know. I play like Diablo in hardcore mode because that is exciting. To like you might die and lose everything. It's like super high stakes. But there's nothing in this that feels very high stakes. And like I kind of want to play the World of Warcraft Classic hardcore mode because it's so high stakes. And that's what makes gambling fun, you know? Is like the risk of losing everything. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I talk about gambling a lot, and I don't ever actually gamble. Like I always want to. I think it sounds fun, but I never go. So maybe it's just like it's like when you have a song stuck in your head, and you kind of have to like hear the whole thing to finally get it out of your head. Maybe I need to like go to the casino and just get it out of there. Get that adrenaline rush somewhere. Not that I'm like a huge adrenaline junkie or anything. I just like a nice rush once in a while. I think everybody does. This horse, like I was looking at the animations of it. This horse is really, really small. Like it's like you're riding a miniature horse, kind of. It's just kind of a funny idea. I don't know. I was thinking about like the world of Stardew recently. And it's like just generally really strange. Like I know it's a game, you know, but there's all kinds of world building in it. And some of the stuff that happens and like the realities of the world are very bizarre. Like there's aliens and magic on this, but like, I don't know. They just have like a giant dilapidated farm that you can't just like use the wizard to fix up. Or you have like a small town of such a small amount of people, and yet you have a dedicated blacksmith. which is kind of bizarre, which, I don't know, maybe he's like making armaments for the war, because this community is currently involved in a war with the Gatoro Empire or whatever. So that's kind of crazy in itself. But otherwise, like, what does Clint do? He upgrades my tools, and he's never there when you need him on Friday after you complete the community center. But he still just hangs out in his shop all day long. Like, what else? Never in my life have I needed a blacksmith for anything. Like, I've needed like a jeweler, I guess. Not really that often. But I've never, I guess I have used a blacksmith. But it was like for work, technically. And I think that even then is technically it's called a whitesmith. Because it's what's considered white metal versus black metal, I think. Because I used to work with sheet metal, right? And tin and aluminum. Which I believe crafting those things is considered white smithing. And blacksmithing is like iron and steel. I could be wrong. I remember hearing that somewhere. And it's something to do with, I don't know, gauge of the metals. Who knows? I don't know what I'm talking about. Just ignore me. Just think Stardew's a weird place. Like, why would JojaMart set up here? Like, they really wanted to capture that market of 28 people. It's just crazy. And then, like, shouldn't JojaMart be cheaper? Because they can exploit, their labor, and they can exploit their means of production like most big companies do. Why are they more expensive than Pierre? I don't know. That and like, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm done. I'm done talking about this. It's just stuff you think about when you do like a lot of challenge runs and reading about this stuff, I guess. I am kind of curious if Haunted Chocolatier will have any kind of tie-ins. I think he had mentioned, he being Concerned Ape, had mentioned something about that. Like, not necessarily like a sequel, obviously, but like a tie-in or some references to Stardew. But I was also thinking about that game recently, which is, if you're not aware, Haunted Chocolatier is Concerned Ape's next project. And I wonder what the longevity of the game will be. Because I don't think anybody should expect it to be like this. Like completely endless, open world, sprawling, like thousands of hours kind of game. But I think a lot of people will still expect that anyway, just because of how Stardew is. I'll still play it either way, despite not caring for ghosts or chocolate, really. But I'll still play it. Like, this game generally speaks to me because I'm all about, like, gardening and, I guess, farming to a lesser degree. So I don't know how much being a ghostly chocolatier will keep my attention. I thought about playing just like straight up farming simulator, But I think that would be, I don't know. I can't decide if that would be a horrible time or a good time, because it's mostly like commercial farming, which I'm not really that interested in. Like, the last thing I'd want in my life is to be like a corn farmer or a soybean farmer in like rural America. Because then it would be fun, or it would be interesting, to drive giant combines and, harvest massive acreages. But I would mostly want like a small market farm where you're making but you're growing vegetables for gardens and restaurants and farmers markets. Like that is much more appealing to me. It seems more sustainable on a small scale. And I like the idea of like growing all my own business, you know? So, yeah. Anyway, this is like a long, mega uninterrupted cut of me just like playing Stardew Valley, which is very rare. Like, I just paused. And that isn't usually something I keep in. So maybe I like messed up and didn't edit this. That would be weird. Not that I guess it matters. I don't know. I gotta watch some Stardew stuff. I don't watch a ton. But I don't watch a lot of like daily videos. Except for from a dude named Hillhome. I think it's Hillhome. If it is, check him out. He's very entertaining in my opinion. Very wholesome individual. Good voice. He plays like 1 or 2 days at a time. And just narrates over it, like 40-minute videos. It's worth checking out if you're looking for more of that sort of thing. But otherwise, I just watch like the 999 challenge by the algorithm. That's a wild challenge. And that's like a whole nother world of Stardew. Anyway, I guess I edited a little bit. We got our bridge repaired, so we are all done with another room of the community center. And so next time, I have no idea. We'll do more of the same kind of stuff. Maybe some coffee. I don't know. Planting stuff. Either way, I will see you next time.